Have a meeting 9:42.
Yeah, you were last for E3.
Call to order. And roll call.
Yeah.
Rosa Barroso is not here. Gary Cardenas is here. Maria Sanchez is here. Lindsay Wallach is here. William Perez is here. Any deferrals, additions, or deletions? No? Anybody wanna make a motion or? I'll just go ahead and move on. Okay, perfect.
Public comments.
Public comment? No public comments, okay?
But
Yes.
we can give them time.
Yeah, you can introduce public comment.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Sugo. I'm a teacher from Miami-Dade County Public Schools for the last 14 years. In addition, for the last 7 years, I have been a mental health author. I have self-published 3 books. I have created over 200 worksheets that deal with mental health, and I can't wait to be a part of this meeting, be a part of the task force. I'm really happy to be here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Cool. So you work at, which school?
Ernest R. Graham, Kate Academy.
Okay, perfect, great. And are you looking to want to actually join this for like for always?
Yes.
Awesome. We want new members. That's the point. Do you want to hear a little bit about us? You want to give you a little spiel? No, we did?
Snippet, but if you guys
Cool.
want, yes.
I mean, it's pretty much where.
Well, I haven't told him about everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, I just spoke about myself.
He asked me what I did.
He told him about you while you were
You know, well, I told him about Gary, but
Things
I
about
told him, you know,
Gary.
Gary's the next con.
Where you can explain. Do you want to, because you did it so well last time. She's pretty good at explaining the whole story. I love it.
Okay, so
Like,
even
sorry.
though I wasn't here, so as Will was explaining before, everything started before COVID. None of us were here except Lindsay and Rosa. Were you also, Gary?
This was right after when
Yeah.
COVID was beginning to settle down.
Right, so
Yeah, I was,
so they started this
One of the
idea,
founders.
all the legalities of having to present it to the town and get it approved and all those things. At the beginning, it was not approved as a committee, but a task force for all the beginning of kind of bringing that up.
Let's
So,
prove ourselves.
Right.
And kind of they give us like a time frame and be like, what would you do differently in the town? And that way we have to present to the town and then eventually they made us an actual committee. So we're just fairly, I mean, pretty much new. It took us like 6 months just to get to our
Right.
first meeting.
so they did develop like a strategy, a
Yeah.
calendar, a goal, everything. It was presented and it was approved because it was very well developed and Gary always have that information to share because ideas just keep coming back. Then COVID came and then we tried to reunite a group. We did for a couple of months, but then we couldn't meet at the certain time. So then we had another slow moment into getting all the members that were available at the right time. So it's been about, I'll say 4 or 5 months when we all agreed, this is it. And that's when Will started. And we said, this is the time, this is the goal. So our goal overall for this, we divided into sections. The first one, our number one goal is to be, to offer research, resources to the community. The only downside to our goal is that up to today, we are only allowed to offer resources that are nonprofit, which is 5 in the entire country. No, but it's very little. So, but that is something we are working on that you will probably see on the agenda. So our resources is a number one goal. And we're working together in this meeting, to present to the town the need to revise that idea because the resources that we are able to offer nonprofit are very, very limited. So, but resources is one. And then have the availability in the community. Once we are very clear with the resources and we have all the material and everything that we can offer, now we need to move to, which we pretty much have. We have a website, you will see during the meeting. After that, now we need to see, okay, how are we gonna make ourselves known in the community? Let them know that we exist and that through us, they can get the resources that they need. So that will be the next step. And then the last step for us will be now that they know we exist, now that they know we have resources, now we want to educate them. And for that last strategy, we are going to get with other people
Yeah, Gary.
So ideally, education, and we haven't touched a lot about that area, but pretty much,
Like bringing in speakers and
Exactly.
people from the community, people like you perhaps, who have,
Right.
you know, written books on mental health and just, tackling different topics depending on that. And doing more events for the community.
so even go to schools, go to churches, go to here, go to like whatever it is that we can do, even with social medias. To post videos, do conference, whatever, but that will be when we're already adults. That's our goal later.
We're still
'Cause
crawling,
today,
we're still crawling.
we're just trying to get that, so, but that's pretty much it.
Any questions for us or?
Well, there's a lot there,
Yeah.
and so when you say nonprofits, what exactly does it mean? It means that we cannot, well, the group cannot buy a product or cannot,
No, you gotta be,
You can't-
basically, we can't refer anybody who is not a 501c3 under Internal Revenue Code.
okay,
So you can have places that are for-profit, but they basically charge the customer almost no money because they take Medicaid or Medicare.
okay,
Like,
And yeah, like, or they take, or they take VA insurance or TRICARE insurance or whatever insurance.
okay,
And that's, the town has that, it just has a weird arbitrary, I consider it arbitrary. Because we do have sponsors who are for-profit, who sponsor a bunch of things for the town. I mean, we have auto malls, we have headquarters Toyotas, we have a bunch of places that are for-profit, and, you know, the town advertises them prominently, you know?
okay.
So- That's right, and so we kind of drafted a memo to go to the town manager and to the town legal counsel, saying, listen, the problem with this is there's so few 501c3, and the ones that are so backed up and booked up
Mhm.
that, you know, we consider a delay in mental health treatment the equivalent of denial of treatment. Because they're like a 2 or 3 month waiting list. And, you know, when people are like in need of mental health therapy, 2 or 3 months can literally be the difference between life or death or a horrible, you know, judgment, and they commit a crime and now they're in the legal system, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we're trying to approach it in a sense of, listen, if we can get for-profit people, but they just take Medicare, Medicaid, or other insurance, and it's basically at no cost to the individual. You know,
not
why
be able to
not?
put
That
in
way
as a
we can
resource
have,
in the
yeah,
town?
exactly. That way we can have people getting treatment soon
And
as
I think,
opposed
I
to
think
wait.
where you're confused is, so we built a website, so that's what we're gonna promote, and so let's say I'm a mother, my child has been diagnosed with some sort of behavioral issue, or I have a daughter who has anxiety, depression,
Right,
and I'm like, where do I take her, right? Where do I get her to get therapy,
okay,
outpatient services? Let's just put that as a thing. The goal would be that we could refer them into this website where they can click and be like, oh, my daughter, children, anxiety, depression, and there'll be a list of providers. Such as Citrus, which, you know, or the CHI, or whatever nonprofit organizations are there, so that they know where to go. A lot of people don't know about a lot of providers out there that can get these services.
okay.
So.
Yeah, that's the part of the education, where first they have to say, okay, do I have health insurance? Do I go to my health insurance and find services? Oh, no, okay, I can't, or it's, so now let me see if the town of Name Lakes has
Alright.
a website where they can help.
Most, and
Yeah.
most insurances will work through like the Florida Blues or whatnot, or private practices, they don't wanna take insurance, it can be such a hassle. And that's the problem, there's access to care, right? I'm a provider, I take all insurances,
Okay,
I service all of South Florida.
okay,
So I'm constantly seeing, even for myself, sometimes I'm not the best fit for the client.
yeah,
And I'm like, where do I send this person? You know, they either need higher level of care, and it's very limited because we don't know of each other. You see what I'm saying? And there are other providers in the community. We had somebody come, AMP Mental Health came in, they're another provider. They take some insurances, they have money. So just kind of connecting our community to those providers that are not the same people. It's not the same day counseling, the same CHI. They can't take anymore.
oh, okay,
Okay, if I'm a parent, and I don't want to go to Citrus if I'm a parent, to be honest with you. I go in there and I leave right away.
okay,
Terrifying. And I say it out loud to everybody.
Yeah, because
But that's just what it is, you know, and so but they tend to always just, even hospitals, you know, they always just send to the same provider. So that's kind of what we're trying to, you know, there's other providers in town.
But are we allowed to do that? Say,
So that-
okay, these are the providers we have near Miami Lakes and these are the insurances they take.
So that's what we're going, that's the
Yes.
memo that we're trying to working out.
Because, I mean, that's, the thing is, the town of Miami Lakes, if you have a sponsor hosted event, like we just had a 5K run, it was, headquarters field,
Okay.
it was pasted everywhere, headquarters field,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And town of Miami Lakes, it was on their website, who was sponsoring and stuff like that, just, you know, it's just everywhere, so. You know, as far as, are we allowed to? Well, we're doing it, I think, you know, we are allowed to, you know, if we have a sponsor and stuff like that. So I'm saying, well, what's the difference between, you know, is it because we're taking money from them that it's okay?
To promote
know,
them.
yeah, exactly.
Promotion.
And I'm
Is it-
thinking, well,
is it
it's
Freedom
just,
of information or is it promoting?
It's freedom of information, exactly, that's what I'm saying. So
well,
we're
ours
giving
is
us-
freedom of information.
Yeah.
Ours is much more of a
Yeah, we're not
resource.
promoting this.
We're not promoting, we're not, and we could even put in there, town of Miami
Yeah,
Lakes,
no
not
affiliation.
endorse or
Yeah, right,
promote
right,
a disclaimer,
But this
you
is
know what I
other
mean?
people, you have now as the person,
Exactly,
you can
right.
go to all
It's
these
like that
providers.
was with the legal department. That's-
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, right, so that's
So
what we're
that's-
gonna do,
that's
and you know,
what-
and I think, you know, we have, drafted a memo, sent it off.
Okay,
And I'll probably give Lorenzo, who's the town attorney, a call and see how it's going.
okay. And as far as social media, is there anything that's preventing the group from starting a social media page?
People,
So,
time.
Huh?
who's gonna run it, we have to approve it, the town has to have the staffing for that, remember, we have the
The
legality.
town or
of
the
the town,
task force?
the town, that's the town. There's a
Oh,
lot of red tape, people are like, oh, just do all these things, yes, we thought, but there's a lot of red tape behind. We'd love to do all these things, but we're going little by little to kind of remove the red tape that we kind of been presented with, you know?
okay.
Mhm.
So talk to me a little bit more about that. If, let's say, to even start the page, we need to cut through some red tape.
Right.
Let's say we get it started. Right? And then let's say Bill wants to post something. You would have to send the image and the caption to
And we-
X person, and then that person approves it.
And
and
before
sends
we,
us
and
the
before
post
we even send it to them, we have to sit in this meeting and approve the post.
Yes,
So,
Okay,
it's not like, oh, today I woke up and it's mental health month and I wanna make a post, no, first we have to have a meeting, make up the post,
okay.
approve it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a leak.
So it would
I
have to be
can't
like
post
a
mine.
month of posts that we would have to, okay,
Exactly, right.
and then,
Yeah.
and then.
I
the
mean, it's
person who-
possible, it's
It's possible, and we're
possible.
gonna get there, but it's just like, it's not
Yeah,
as like,
you would need a timetable. So right now, let's say February, and then, so you approve it today, you get the red tape done by January, and then,
The first hurdle we have is, I know we have a contractor in the town of Miami Lakes who is doing web development, and I think they also do social media development.
Mhm.
And I don't know if they have an exclusive contract or not, you know, whether or not, you know, they have to do it and only through them, you know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the
that's something
first
that you
thing,
would have to.
that's the first thing we need to ask.
I don't know how.
Sounds like he doesn't do that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a
So
contract,
Social
yeah.
media, it's just the communications department.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little bit of background, because I've been here since day one. And everything is true, and she's saying, been there, done that. We began
I love
early
Gary.
21, and this is
Like
a
that.
project of, Councilman Collazo. He owns an left for mentally. Incapacitated individuals, adults, and he wanted to something with the town, they get to problem. So the idea came up with the town, and it was floated, and those was created task force. We had someone from the government, Robert Goldman, one of the students, who actually worked on setting up the website for them. We also had Hector of that, you know, if you don't Hector of that, like he's a counselor
okay,
for a year, and he was part of our team also.
Okay.
Eventually, we came up and voted, develop a website. Develop a website. Beautiful, icon, you know, teenagers, veterans,
I will show it to you.
female
It's
veterans,
on the agenda.
senior citizens,
Did they change the color?
boom.
I have.
And then below that, and behind that was populated with research. That we presented to the town. She did the presentation. Rosie, Barroso was not here this morning, did the presentation, they did all the work. Town voted lock, stock and barrel. This is what we need. The liaison we had at the time was amazing. Elizabeth Goldstein. There was someone left in the town, and the job that she was expected to get was given to someone else, and she got upset and left. And this project went into someone's drawer. That's basically it. Okay, went into a drawer, and nothing happened. I see Councilman Payaso on a daily basis. So I kept asking, when is this thing coming back? When are we meeting? When are we coming back? Oh, let me check. And this is almost now a year later. And he says, let me talk to someone there. So lo and behold, we have an incident off of 154 with this
Oh, yeah.
father killed the
I
child.
remember, yes.
No, no, okay. That following morning, I went to Louis, I said, Louis, what happened next week? We had something like this up and running, like we turned it in. Yes, you'd be amazed how many people are calling into the town asking, do we have such a thing? So we finally started to get the ball rolling, so we're kind of having to rebuild and redo the same thing. But everything they said is correct, it's not-
Well, if you have the red tape, we just have to find
we-
ways to.
we've never been able-
Fund it or-
Although we're a committee, we weren't able to change from.
I can imagine, this father drives off and sees a sign that
This
says
is-
everything's gonna be okay. You
This
know,
was
you can
really-
imagine,
This was presented,
or down 988, you know, if something's wrong, down 988, and hopefully he may have stopped on the side of the road, you know?
Is that the plan?
this was presented in October of 2021.
I'm telling you, he always has it, that's what I said.
Can you get us a copy of that, please?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, she took a copy of that. I don't know.
Well, I only had, I think, let me see, because I think it was
I have one
only.
too.
Yeah, I think every
Yeah, the whole
member
thing.
should have that, 'cause that's our plan.
I can bring it to the next meeting, because
Make
I
sure
have a
to
folder
follow.
just like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
binder with everything that we talked about. I'll bring that, it's just like, it's huge.
Okay.
And then we can go through all the paperwork, because we did the banners around the town, I don't remember seeing those at some point.
No, I'll remember, and no fault to anybody, but veterans is like the only thing I can remember on my posts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
because they have an incredible chairman.
Yeah.
Chairman Bevan.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And I
And
apologize.
so,
I
it would be-
speaking. I was
so,
looking, I was.
I mean, that would be
paper.
something to really look at, it's these messages around town, or, you know, and to show that we care, right, everything's gonna be okay, 988 if you need help. So, yeah.
Well, he was one of the creators of all the banners that you saw around town. And we were created or authorized to act or to make decisions without a penny, nobody. So these were.
Not like the veteran.
Yeah, we,
Oh.
you gotta,
Oh. Maria.
You don't know.
we have so much money, it's ridiculous.
So many things.
Anyway,
But we, I mean, because we get it from sponsors.
Would you
I mean,
go to the Miami Lakes Veterans Committee?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Join that one, they do, they go on money.
Do they
What
have
do they need? We
a?
just lost them,
social
stop
media
talking about them.
Or
We
Instagram?
have, no, we do not.
Oh,
We do not. And, I mean, we do kind of, we just go through the town.
Because the
And
town
I-
has its
and
own
it's very-
social
and
media
it's-
companies, and, posts and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
no, I
that,
see.
so.
Yeah,
And it's not really that hard, like, we were posting the ad for the reindeer run, and like she said, we bring it to the meeting, we'd like to post this, we'd like to post this, we all vote on it, next thing you go, it goes to her, and it's posted. Well, it's really not that cumbersome.
Yeah, but we can't get there until we have the resource factor for it, because what are we gonna do?
Yeah, what are we
Post it
posting?
again? What are we gonna post?
Yeah,
If another
Oh, no,
resource,
no, no.
that's what I'm saying, like, we'll get to that point, and it's great, but first we have to like fix all these little
Well,
red
these are,
tapes.
well, this
Oh,
can
yeah.
be approved. Everything's gonna be okay, can be
Yeah.
approved.
Yeah.
Down 988, if there's an emergency, can
Now
be
we have to
approved.
do it again, because
Well-
those were already taken down.
yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know if they're gonna put them back up,
That's
because they've
what I-
been there for
Why
a
not?
while.
That's what I would say would be very.
They're not, right, because of the sponsorship, we have to find new sponsorship now. Right.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing, if we get sponsorship when we have events, that
So
really
it's
gets.
in our agenda, so.
Yeah, let's get to it, let's get to it.
The chamber action.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
I got money
So,
from the-
adoption.
Yes.
Adoption, adoption of minutes.
Very fine checks.
Motion to
I-
adopt
yeah,
it,
I second that motion.
all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, so we move on to old business. The website was pretty much all set. We just needed to get the slogan, which I know, I think Rosie had come up with some ideas. We had talked about it because we need to, like a slogan, yeah. Or the saying that goes
Yes.
on there. And then the colors, we're just gonna see if we could make it all the same. And that was what was pending. So I'll let you.
Yes, so, a new website for the town is being created.
Okay, cool.
So the one that we have right now will have to be like transferred, but it won't happen.
Okay.
So those colors will stay the same.
That's fine.
As of now.
Okay, that's fine. Not a big deal. So for right now,
Did you have any slogan suggestions or no?
I mean.
Because I tell you what, he said it a few times, everything's gonna be okay. I like that.
Well,
So
What-
we shy away from that,
Yeah.
because as mental health providers, we don't always get people that if everything is gonna be okay when a little child is been molested.
Someone died.
So that's great for somebody who's suffering from
I-
anxiety. No, I'm not saying you, no, I'm
I'm
just
suggesting
talking. He's suggesting it, like, stuff like that. So with Rosie, like, we had a whole
Mhm.
discussion about this like 2 meetings ago. That maybe just something more of like, and I'm in an advocacy group too, and they were coming up with ways to kind of focus on more like resilience,
Mhm.
healing.
So just like one word thing.
No, like something that
That would include
that would include that kind of those words instead of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
so how do you guys feel? I don't want to trigger anyone, but how do you
No.
guys feel about using an AI chatbot to come up with ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. We could do some stuff like that. It's basically,
Yeah.
so staying away from, yeah, that's.
We don't have to vote on it
We have to
anyway.
vote on it, exactly. So that was kind of like the legwork, and they're also having issues on coming up with like a thing. And so I was listening to what they were saying, and they had that same big battle in their meeting about using those keywords, more of like resilience and.
Yep, it
The
came up
healing
as the first
process.
one. Empowering minds, building
Mhm.
resilience together for mental wellness, breaking the silence,
That's my
fostering
mission,
healing.
resilience. For Meraki's involves on healing, that's what I mean, healing and resilience. So I feel like we can incorporate those words in ours.
Number
No, I
two,
like it.
breaking the silence, fostering healing.
Perseverance,
Yeah.
Health,
yeah,
strength and unity, supporting diversity, yeah.
I mean, I don't mind if it's like 3 words.
This-
yeah. So
Sometimes you can do, it doesn't have to. be
less is more.
phrase.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that. We could just put like 3 words, like on the word, like resilience, perseverance, and
Compassion.
even compassion.
yeah.
Those are great words. Or healing, yeah, like something like that. And we could just make it like word, like our, like words that we stand by.
Each one is loaded with meaning.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll come up with some for next meeting.
Yeah, I mean, do you wanna put something down and then?
You can just write down.
Let's write down so we kind of like, so do we want to do something like,
This,
like,
sorry,
no, go
I
ahead.
went in Spanish. It says, healing with compassion, persevering with resilience.
Well, I like the 3 words, what was it?
Yeah,
Resilience,
healing with
perseverance,
compassion.
and compassion.
So, and just putting like resilience, period, compassion, period, or perseverance, period. or-
Okay,
or
just
like-
words.
Like just the word
Okay.
in itself, because it's loaded with so much. and we
Yeah,
could just-
resilience, perseverance, compassion. Oh,
I love
I
it.
like that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so write those down and then we'll do, so we
Pero-
kind of incorporate
for that we
that.
need to motion,
To the
no?
motion.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, the change will probably be.
It will be
I
made
don't know,
anyways, but at least that way we have something to go fall back to when it takes.
Yeah, I
back
moved
to-
that we consider resilience, perseverance.
I like that a lot. And just like you said, not like a phrase, just more like just because they're so
Yeah,
powerful, those
each word
words. There's so much you can go into all
Yeah.
of
Oh,
them.
yeah, yeah. We'll
As
use
a
that-
possible
we'll use
slogan.
that, symbol, it's just a straight line to separate the 3.
Yeah, I recommend resilience, perseverance, and compassion be considered as a slogan. Anybody want to second that motion?
I second that motion.
Alright.
All in favor? So we have
We'll-
something,
yeah,
guys.
We'll put on the next, hey, what are you doing? You show up and chat hot, great stuff.
So then, and then, we'll final color, we'll take that and then I guess next year we'll follow up on what's the
Resilience.
website.
The
right?
capacity to withstand or to recover
Yes.
quickly from difficulty.
Yes.
Um,
Okay,
What's that?
presenting great resources of remaining categories?
We can, I guess we can, I guess we wait that and I kind of type
Yeah,
in,
just send it to me.
Yeah, I sent her some stuff already.
awesome.
It's like literally 5 minutes ago.
With the, and let me ask, I know I didn't put it on the, and I just remembered I signed it, the memo, and then I sent it back to you. And then what happens with that? Like, can you
So,
explain to me how it works?
Yes, so you guys are set to go to council.
Correct,
I don't have a date yet because I don't have the schedule.
okay,
Once I do, I will send it to all of you, so you guys are informed. And then you would have to come up with like, fill out a form. In this case, you guys don't have a budget, so that part would be different. But you would tell them about your events because you do have to get them approved.
yeah,
So in the agenda item, like the legislation or resolution that created the committee, it does say that you guys could do, I believe, lectures. So if there's something, like, if you wanted to do something in January, which you probably won't do officially because you would need to have all the details by today, then like a lecture, let's say, January, the end of January, you can't do that yet. But if it's say like for March, that you guys would say, oh, look, like there's like this like awareness month that I wanna be like a part of. That would be great. The only thing is that I believe that one is approved by council. But if it would be something else, like a walk-a-thon or something, I don't know. That would require more from council, which you can't do yet. So,
and we still don't have those things when we're presenting, right? What was that paper that they gave us? Oh, but I sent it to you, what was
Yeah,
that? Was that
I-
tentative?
I'm guessing it was because I,
Cause we had, that was like
Yeah.
a shared meeting and we sat there and they gave us that and they told me I presented January. And I was like, well, help me, cause I don't know what,
Yeah,
so you'll give me info
yes,
somewhere that.
I don't have it yet, so.
Okay, sure.
If I won't, then someone from the department
They will,
but-
yeah, okay, alright, so disregard that paper that I sent, that I was given. Got it, okay.
So question, I was writing the previous motion. What about the resources? Or we haven't talked about those?
No, well, that goes with a memo, remember, so
Okay,
like, it's just kind of.
but I thought that we were still
We're
gonna
gonna
move.
present, yeah, so she said just send in whatever we
Oh,
still
okay.
have. She's gonna put that in
In the
there, whatever's
new
still
website.
pending,
Or whatever. website.
whatever, yeah.
Okay, so we'll. We're gonna make a revision, okay, so, and then the motion. Table cloth?
When it comes to resources, can I ask if I can present an idea? Since I create worksheets, what if I create a worksheet specifically for Miami Lakes? It's approved by the meeting or the task force, and then I guess approved by the town, and then posted on the website, free for the public,
Okay, what kind of, what,
about mental health check-in.
Check-in.
Check-in, yeah,
that's nice, I like that.
okay. If you guys give me the green light, I'll
Oh,
start
wait, but
working
you
on it.
have to first be
member.
approved,
Right,
yeah,
understood,
so
you need to
next,
take the oath.
next meeting we'll talk about it.
okay,
She'll let
So,
me know.
at the end of the meeting, I can talk to you about like the application process and everything. But yes, I mean, it would be great if you could join. And if we do have a space in the committee, which we should, I haven't heard anything that is been filled yet, so.
Because you had several people come in interested,
But then they
so.
need rules.
We're on the record now.
I spoke with, someone who's trying to join their committee, Monique. She's a counselor.
So hopefully you'll get,
Yeah.
you come in.
Talk about this.
I'll put in the positive.
But I think that your idea comes along targeting two things,
Education.
right? Because it educates, many people don't know that they haven't been able to sleep lately and it's related to that, or their appetite changed and they have no idea it's that. So it will be education, and at the same time, as soon as you get the score that says, hey, you need help, the resources are right there, so it will be.
Great idea.
Because that's one of the things that I always said, people who, the number one, the people that need help don't know they need the help.
no,
And everybody else that we know, we're already getting it, so don't worry, but we,
Yeah, so do the application, go in the committee.
Yeah.
if we do, but it will have to be very brief.
Right.
Understanding the target on Miami Lake, I think, the population,
Yeah.
age, and all those things.
All over the place.
Right, that's why, so it has to be incredibly broad. and concise, that would, but it would be great.
That's a great idea, but get
Yeah.
with her, you know, this-
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so just, I have here the resolution.
Mhm.
So, the second page of the resolution, there's section 3, committee's purpose. The mental health task force is created to work with town staff to create a mental health informational webpage on the town's website. Participate in community outreach events organized by the town through its committees to disseminate mental health and treatment information and plan workshops and or seminar on mental health and treatment information by inviting experts, providers, and individual testimonies.
I get a copy of that.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I
whole
would-
I want a whole, I want the whole resolution. I want to be able to read everything. So
Okay.
I know the.
I can print them
That's
now and I can give them
bilateral.
to all of you.
Bill, do you have a card?
Do you know that I find Will all over Miami? Right,
Find them everywhere.
at the gym, at breakfast. I'm scared now to go anywhere.
Well, stalking.
Will,
I
will
would,
find
I
me.
wouldn't call myself lucky if
Stalking.
that weren't the case.
Well, I
Actually,
purposely try to avoid Gary, so, you know, I have a GPS locator on.
We're just grabbing a chair that's over here.
Yeah, no worries.
Wherever
Wherever he is, I avoid.
What about the tablecloth?
Oh,
Color
yeah.
issue. Do we have a color issue?
Yeah, remember we saw the
Logo
tablecloth,
issue.
we could not even see it, we couldn't see the logo, so we made this tablecloth and then we have the fence. We put it out there and it has our logo and our name. And it was just a bad color match, you could barely see the logo. You could barely see
The
it.
no,
table color issue.
but I think the table,
Where is that cover?
but I think black, it wasn't the issue. It's the
It has to
logo,
be
the,
black.
the colors of the logo. is the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah,
Okay.
mostly the face that you couldn't really
Right.
detail it. I was even thinking, what if we stitch her?
So I reached out to the seller.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a response.
Of course not.
So,
So either
I,
pay for a new one, but then we ran through the whole thing that we had to get that approved, right?
yes,
By the town,
and
cause I was like, I'll just sponsor another one so that it comes out pretty.
You could sponsor.
What if-
You'll be our first, your company could be the first sponsor, all right?
What if something cheaper, I don't know if you've seen, so you have the tablecloth and then they put like something just in between the falls on the front with the logo. So you don't buy the
Oh, like a
entire,
little, like we do with the American, Legion,
With
that
a-
little plastic.
with a
thing.
banner, yeah.
Yeah, banner.
yeah, but it's a fabric.
So we can match all the other committees.
Okay. I was
Who's
just
that?
saying until we get more money.
Who's that?
I don't mind
Well, no, no,
sponsoring
no.
it. Rosie and I sponsored the last one that was a fail.
so the
But
thing
like,
was
yeah.
that I did look on the, like, I did like the whole process
Yeah.
again. Like, it doesn't look like that on like
It
the
doesn't.
mini proof that it kind of shows you.
I know.
So
It's just
what
a
I think it
color
has to
thing,
be, it's probably like a local, like a local place
A
that does
local
it,
vendor.
So that
that,
we can, just-
So
That's fine.
I don't think
That's
that
what we said.
this place just ordered one.
yeah.
So that, yeah,
I mean, can we
The
vote
banner.
on that and then,
first and.
can it be donated from the outside and not use the money from the, or no? Like, let's say I show up next meeting, hey guys, I bought this for the committee, for the.
that's what I asked her. I was like, I'll just get, but I don't know.
Not
Do we need to
exactly.
pause the meeting?
No. So I understand, but I don't know.
Can you
Yeah,
ask?
can you find out about what the sponsorship, requirement is? I mean, and whether we can, the sponsorship money could be used totally for the product we want to buy.
Yeah.
You know,
So it would, I mean, I just have to get it from my staff.
yeah,
Because yes, it was, an error in how it was printed.
Yeah.
We're
But
gonna
it's
get resolution.
more the-
It's that, I feel like it's, they're not gonna respond or what.
Right, no, but how did we buy that one? Like, you send the money to our account here at the town?
Yes, so you guys have an expense and revenues account
Right.
opened. So that's where the money went and then taken out
Okay,
to.
so let's say I wanna put money into that account, do I have to fill out a form? or I just
You
send it?
have to bring the check
Check.
Okay,
and then I'll fill out the form.
okay.
Specify what it's for.
Thank you.
mhm.
Who is it for?
Okay,
And exactly for what. The only thing is that the pricing, I had one vendor, but the pricing was
Yeah,
just, it was high.
like $300.
It was high, so then it was like, we suggested, because we were going back and forth, hey, let's find another vendor, and then we went with this vendor, and then we came back, and then sometimes it's better to just pay a little bit more. Then, yeah.
Fast signs of 57,000, you can do it in one day, it's nice.
Yeah.
Just go there
Yeah,
and
that's not a
put
problem.
what you need.
So, but how do you want to proceed? Because I wouldn't mind. Again,
Don't it be like-
putting in the money for to get it done, because then that's gonna limit us from doing stuff, and I hate it, but it's that one.
So you're thinking it will not be approved to buy another one just because we recently did one?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so
Even if we explained that it was not done properly?
So we're getting the money from outside, it's not
Yeah,
costing the
not that
town,
money.
That- shouldn't make any difference.
So I mean, you
Makes no
guys
sense.
can
Mhm.
motion and I'll find out.
Okay, let's motion that,
Okay.
that we,
Well, I guess,
so how do we word it? Motion to
Oh,
find a
then-
sponsor? Oh, that's another word, there's more to it,
so
there's more to it.
since you guys don't have the money yet, you could make the motion, but there's not, if anything, it's just more just find out.
Okay, so this
There's
is
not
what we're
really a
gonna do.
motion.
So we're gonna put
But like to
Gabi?
get a sponsor,
will,
To get a sponsor, you would just,
we'll just bring the check and fill out the form.
And there's a sponsor.
And then there is money now.
well, yes.
Mhm.
Well, I guess the first question is, let's find out the actual rules. So I move that our town liaison, request, clarification as to what the rules are for how does the sponsor direct monies to be used for a specific project or a specific committee. Anyone second the motion? Jerry seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Sponsor.
It's,
Then we are able.
Let's find out the actual rules before the town goes as a hard team.
Okay.
And now that
We
we have a
didn't have-
motion, now the town has to, do it and give rather.
Initially, we didn't have any money when we did this, the banners. I just reached out to Humana, Hey.
Yeah, I
we
mean, that's
think
the
you guys
thing,
wanna get involved, this is what we're looking for.
and I think we can get a lot of sponsors real quick once
Over
we figure out the
$3,000.
actual process.
And she said, we'll do it, so
Spotlight
we went
for,
ahead and.
Yeah.
Whatever,
February
the banner.
spotlight for February.
spotlight for
Got the money
February.
came in, we paid it
Well,
out.
we'll leave it in here. Remember how we were doing a spotlight with the chamber?
Oh,
I just wanted
yes.
to confirm if she was able to get that, but I guess we'll just.
Well,
leave that
we'll
one.
see her today at
I don't
11:30.
think she's gonna go, no?
Well,
Oh.
the spotlight people will be there, either Kiko Casamayor or Matthew, I'll
We'll
ask
ask
them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll find out, we'll leave that for next meeting then to see, we're
Okay.
still confirmed for that. So going into new business, wait, so do I need to put a motion? No, because we're just gonna defer that one, right?
Defer it.
Yeah, so that's fine. The event ideas for next year, so I was hoping that we could kind of sit down today and just do like a regroup of like what each month awareness month is in terms of like mental health. So we can at least be proactive and get something out there. So we can start coming up with some events, at least if we do 2 events next year, well, that would be a success for us. Because I know like May is like mental health month and stuff like that, so we can put that already on the calendar.
And then September suicide awareness.
Exactly, and those 2 are such great big events, and that was a limitation that we didn't get to do that suicide plaque with the mental task force because we didn't plan ahead with sufficient time, so we have that already on the agenda, we can kind of start regrouping for those events, at least 2, if we do 2 events, I'd be so happy.
So do you want to make it an activity like an event? And then with, like
Like
information,
that, like,
resources,
yeah, something that we can just provide, hopefully by May, we're
like a walkathon?
it could be a walkathon, or we could join forces with another committee, or.
Yes, so we have an event, Special Needs, Advisory Board. It's on Thursday, January 25th. From 6:30 to 8 here in Town Hall. It's the Special Needs Advisory Board's Special Needs Safety Program Workshop.
Okay.
So it's just to inform the community. We have 3 speakers, Officer Amador. And, Councilwoman Ruano and our Deputy Town Attorney. So it's on the Special Needs Safety Program, which used to be named the registry, which is where, individuals with special needs could fill out an application to be put on the registry, the form. So, if like first responders, like find that individual, or if they go up to the house, like they know,
Yeah, who is
The-
where,
What is
and then each,
yeah. And I guess the person's
Okay,
behaviors or conditions.
okay, what date, I'm sorry.
Yes, Thursday, January 25th. So this would be just if you guys would like to attend
Yeah,
either,
have a table, but we won't have, we can use the one that we have right now, it's color faded, let people clap.
And what we're gonna do with
Um,
that table? Are we gonna pass out flyers and
The
information?
flyer that we have, but it's gonna give to that website where we just have the basic resources that we have so far.
Okay.
But at least we can get the momentum going, because we haven't done.
No, I think it's a
anything.
good idea, at least have something.
We have our ugly table cover, we can use that, we have our flyers that we can get those printed out, because it won't be that much that we'll need. And if we just show up,
Hmm.
so that we start introducing ourselves, I think that would be sufficient for like.
Yeah,
What time is the event?
it's at 6:30, so they're having like a small, like networking.
Yeah, that'd be perfect, it's fine for
Time,
us to
I
kind of
guess.
just be there.
Exactly.
What's the networking time? Is it the same time, six
It,
thirty?
yes, it's at 6:30. So then that way you guys can like get to know the other committees.
Perfect, let's do it.
And it's just not necessarily for you guys like to participate, but just so if you guys wanted to attend.
Perfect, okay, so we can attend that. So motion, we can make a motion, right, for this, one?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be attending the Special Needs Advisory Network for Thursday, January 25th at 6:30 PM.
And providing flyers.
And providing flyers and introducing ourselves to the other committees.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Okay, so then you would just need the flyers printed.
Yes,
Maybe we can give away something,
no.
water,
Was
water.
that sponsored?
People-
We have not sponsored our money, we can't do.
Oh, we don't have money.
We can't do anything, okay, no, we're gonna get there, guys. So. Can we at least put tentatively for the event ideas for next year? September, we'll do something for suicide prevention month,
We got May and September.
yes,
October is National Depression and Mental Health Screening Month. October tenth is World Mental Health Day.
but then that would be too close to do something in
Yeah.
September and October. So we have to space it out so we can focus on suicide, which I know is a big deal here, we can promote the 988 number. And then we'll do May, which is just a general, I'd love that, I'd love to do one every month, honestly, but at least two, we can maybe,
Oh, yeah, as far as social media or you
Yeah.
talk about events. Oh,
Events.
Okay.
yeah, events,
So May,
Um,
so September is,
suicide prevention month. So we're gonna put something there tentatively that we're going to start working towards that, whether it be. I mean, I don't know, what can we, I have a bunch of ideas, but I know it's gonna be so much red tape to get through. Anything that I
Maybe.
promote. That's the thing, is
Okay.
like, it's gonna depend a lot on like us finding,
Well,
figuring out the sponsorships.
Yeah,
It'll be
once
easy.
we get that answered, then,
It'll be super easy, I know. a
then
bunch of
once
people
we
want
figure out the process, I think we have folks who want to be sponsored.
1,000%.
I know.
I know I can get someone.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah.
there for suicide.
And so the question becomes,
Because they're
what's
now-
the event we want to have?
What-
'Cause
right,
my recommendation is we just don't have, lecturers, you know what I mean? That's not
No.
gonna bring out the community.
no.
especially the
Like we
ones
do
that
a
are.
walkathon or we do something fun.
I
or
was
bring
wanting to do, my biggest thing, and I had proposed this, and I was gonna do this, a year ago, and I went and I presented to the Special Needs Advisory Board, but then I ran into a million other red tape on the back end. When actually obtaining the space was having like a fall festival, like something small and just providing and bringing resources, and I have a lot of resources, connections that I can use within the community from all the organizations that I work through with the Alliance,
Mhm.
that they would come in and focus just nonprofits. I don't want any insurance companies or any of that, just literally resources. There's great organizations that we could just kind of do something small.
What will be the Pulse Festival about, like?
The
I mean,
September suicide prevention.
No, but he's saying
I'm
like.
saying,
fun.
I mean, it's not, what's the fun? I mean,
We could get vendors like things for the kids, activities, like stuff like that, and we could maybe get sponsorships,
yeah.
Maybe get like a cool food vendor, like a food truck, stuff like that.
No,
is
we
what I
can
was
get
thinking.
that. But people need to show, so there has to be a draw. Why are they showing up?
Mhm.
You
To do
know,
what?
to do
Yeah.
what? What's gonna be fun for the
Yeah,
kids?
we can.
And once
kind of
they are
base it on
there,
there.
Once they're there, then they kind of see that stuff.
That's
Right.
all.
Which type of audience are we targeting?
I would say like.
The adult?
Everybody.
Everybody, just
Everybody.
families, like maybe doing it on a Saturday,
That's why I
We
think
have
maybe a
everybody.
little
we
walkathon.
could do a screenings or something, I don't know, or
When you
something.
walk do you mean like a 5K?
Nah, it's like, it's just like,
Walk around the park.
walk around Veterans Park, that little track,
Mhm.
well, you know what I mean? And,
We have to wait, we have to coordinate, make sure, because NAMI has their walk too. which was
No, no,
huge.
but
When
it
is
doesn't
that?
have to be.
Something smaller, on a smaller, yeah, making sure that we do it on a day that we're not doing any other events around here, so we can actually get people around.
yeah, and then the
Sure.
question becomes, okay, how are we going to, because when we do the 5K run, we always have like a winner, we have
Oh, wait,
time and stuff. Yeah, those people who are like, I don't know, you gotta think about it, what's the point of the walkathon, just to walk around the circles?
No, yeah, I know.
But
Well,
are they, maybe they.
if it was,
raise
if it
money.
was like something, because remember we have Frank also who has a radio station, his son passed away, and the town
Yes,
really always likes to do events with him. We did the plaque last time. I know that it could be like in memory of those that have passed away through suicide, like a memory or something like that, I don't know, I'm brainstorming.
we could do like every mile walked. A sponsor would donate $1, something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Something cool like
For
that.
each, for each registered participant,
Mhm.
up to, whatever, 200 participants or whatever,
Yeah.
because if they walk, But,
There's a lot
and then we
of
limit it, no more than 3 miles or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then that way they raise $600, that way we can tell the sponsors this is all. Yeah, I think that's something like that would work,
something, I mean. I think-
walkathon, where each mile they raise $1
So
or.
let's keep it like that. We could do like a walkathon in September, or do you want to do that for May?
I think September, because
September, because it's
it gives us more cooler weather and gives us more time to figure this out.
Perfect. So walkathon, we can keep it with the walkathon. I love that. And then in May, maybe we could just do like a little resource, something. Like, but like again, have to have a.
Yeah.
Something
I
that they're
think-
gonna get.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, I mean, so we can do like. What we do for the reindeer run, or reindeer,
Mhm.
is, we have these medallions that we give out to everybody. Every participant gets one, and we can have, and that's all paid by sponsorship money. And what we can do is, and we have different color, we're gonna have this one next year, Gary does this year. What we used to do is give trophies for the number 1, number 2, but in order to save money, and also because after a while, these guys who are these
Yeah.
professional runners just have way too many damn trophies. We wanna just make the ribbons, normally it's a red ribbon around the thing, we're gonna make one gold, we're gonna make one silver, and we're gonna make one bronze.
Yeah.
And then that way we can give one to each age group, like over 50, under 50, under 20, over 30, what I mean? And so we have all the broken groups in female, male category. And then we have a winner circle, but anyway, my point is,
Good job, but did the town of Miami not have that one walk that was the darkness or something like
That
that?
was a while back.
Correct me if
yeah.
I'm wrong.
And yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so
And
what did they,
and I know that
what did they
that was-
do?
yeah,
And that
was-
was based on suicide, and if I'm not mistaken,
So with the
correct?
draw
On
would
mental
be-
health?
yes, but it was really, the
So-
youngster was on drugs.
so that what the draw would be,
Four one.
I-
love
I'm telling you, I
it.
knew,
like,
I,
let me finish my thought.
yeah.
So the draw could be, if you walk certain amount of miles, you get that with strength over. So if you walk a full 3 miles.
But I think it's more like that, because we're gonna do it towards suicide, like there's grief involved in that, and I don't think that giving
Yeah,
somebody
the,
a medal
it's
for grief.
not a
It's
competition.
not a
it's a-
competition.
Yeah,
More of a walking in memory or remembrance. That's how I would
It's a
see it.
memento,
as a
remorse,
memento.
yeah.
We're tackling two things. We're tackling awareness, prevention, and the grieving process.
Because I'm sure that a lot of the people who are gonna, like I know Frank, for example, he's very involved in the thing, and we just did a plaque for him, for his child, for his son. He's not gonna want to have a ribbon, you know what I mean, like,
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah. No, I just
like-
wanted to step back and say,
Yeah.
okay, what is the goal of the?
because we're gonna get a combination of everybody, we're gonna want.
Right,
people
so
to
we
come in
wanna-
To prevent and raise
Yeah,
awareness.
but
on
my
it.
thought was, if you walk a certain amount of miles,
Yeah.
and you raise more money,
The most money, okay.
and,
And the
and
money is
then-
for-
and then the money is for suicide prevention or treatment. And so, I'm trying to give an incentive for these folks, they can leave feeling like I did something.
Mhm.
People need to be able to virtue signal,
I understand. Okay.
otherwise there's no point of it.
Got it.
That's what that's what social media is, now. If you can't virtue signal, you can't.
He's gonna wanna be completely a part of this, I know.
Yeah,
for a
and
fact,
so- these folks will be able to go home and if they have a gold one, you know,
Mhm.
whatever, with a little medallion, say, you know, mental health walks on, whatever, then they said, yeah, I raised the most.
Perfect, I get what you're saying, where you going with
If I have
that.
a silver, you know, I raised second most, you know, bronze, I raised whatever.
So people will register
Mhm.
and depending on how many miles they walk.
Yes, and we try to get sponsors to say, I'll give $1 for every mile they walk,
Okay,
up to 10 miles.
okay,
Okay.
I got it.
And up to,
you'll
and
go
up to
towards some
100
sort of
participants,
suicide,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And then they will walk around the veteran court.
Yes.
How many miles is it?
I don't know, what we have to do is we have
It's
to,
just an idea, but if we do it a little bit later during the day, that it's a little more dark, and every mile we have someone giving those glow sticks. So there's like light in the darkness, and every time, so at
that's
the
very
end,
symbolic, yeah.
and so I'm walking, and every mile there's one of us or anybody giving glow sticks. So I know how many glow sticks you're holding.
Coordinated that dark walk in the darkness, do you know? Can you find out? who
And how many
Oh, sorry,
participants
what?
we have?
They did, at the town,
That was-
they did this a
was
couple
at the
years
last
back,
Minute,
last minute. Who put together that walk? I know there was
That
a
was-
walk in the darkness.
Veterans Committee.
the
He was
veterans.
pushed into the Veterans Committee.
Can you find out
watching
details
Frank
on how
Kent's
they coordinated,
Was
what happened?
in the
what did they
darkness.
do?
Yeah, you're
My
walking in the
logic,
dark.
my.
He was,
so
he was, he was.
Oh,
Yeah, at
wow.
night.
Yeah.
Right, because the park, it could kind of dark,
Yeah, with
so
the
you
veterans.
walk and then you're holding.
I just
We'll-
want- I
we'll
understand
get-
what somebody's talking about.
We'll get limited participation when it's at night,
Yeah,
and you will get
Mm,
less
that's true.
coverage at night.
That's true.
So if our goal is to have
We
impact,
can give something else that symbolically represents light,
And a lot of
where you
people.
collect.
You can, candles, so you just
We can
twist
create-
the light inside the
Maybe
candle.
something like that.
this one,
Huh?
the little flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or every mile
Well-
hand or something.
So at least, well, at least we have
Yeah,
like 2 months that we can agree on, correct? What do we do in for May? What do you think? So walkathon, we got something kind of going there in September, suicide, walkathon. We
uh-huh,
don't know the details, but we'll start
Okay.
figuring that, we'll work towards that.
okay.
And that way we can at least come up maybe in January with an actual date. We're gonna do our research. We'll figure out what the Walk the Darkness did and how they handle that. We'll figure out how sponsorships can work.
I worked at a veterans committee, I have no idea what, I wasn't around for it. There's
Yeah.
no historical knowledge, we have
People
no,
talking about it, and I keep hearing about this walk that they did, and apparently it was very successful. But I don't know, was it? That's what somebody was raving about it.
Did you go?
Did you go?
Don't you go?
I don't remember.
No, I was-
This is before my time in the town, so I don't know.
He was-
hearing
I
about
don't
it.
know
He
either.
was. I can talk about it later.
You can talk about. And then for May, what could we, like, just kind of tentatively think of something to do in May for mental health month?
I would say
How about like
that-
you know how green is mental health day, so maybe like wearing green on a certain day, or something that's maybe not so complex, I don't know, something like that.
So, this would be maybe partnering with another committee, because a similar event will be taking place.
Can you see?
So in April, well, first, let me
Yeah.
go down through the year. So around March or
Mhm.
April
Mhm.
is the Elderly Affairs Committee Health Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So that you guys might want to have a table at or something, so that's one opportunity. I don't have the exact date yet, but,
So somewhere around March, April, health fair.
and then in April, the Neighborhood Improvement Committee will have their April bike ride for April obstacle runners.
Okay.
And the Special Needs Advisory Board will be kind of like joining them. And I think they're wearing blue, so that's like one of the things. So it's like a similar one, maybe something that they might be interested in as
In
well.
participating with us
In
in
partnering,
May, okay.
April.
No, I
Oh, no,
know,
this one's in April.
yeah, no, I know,
that
but I
one.
wouldn't wanna do that with them. I think I wanna, yeah, I think I would wanna do something in May, but maybe something like, you know, to get ideas of what they're doing, but to just fully focus on mental health.
Yeah.
Because again,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it should.
yeah, that's what it should be, because again, if we're gonna be partying with autism, then that's what they were doing, like, I
How about
wanted to do something.
Mental health fair.
That's what I've always wanted to do. That's what I said that I wanted to do last year, present it to the town. We kind of, I got approved through special needs advisory, but then I ran into so much red tape at the end and I didn't know.
Okay,
That's my goal, ultimately, to do like a little fair. That would be amazing.
But I think at the beginning, since we're not known yet, we should do something very attractive and fun to get people to know us, and then like Will
Yeah.
was saying, after they're here, then I'll send you to that corner to get the information.
Because, I know that, there's a councilwoman in Miami Gardens who's hosting a mental health fair in January. So I guess once I attend that, I can bring back, I guess, those ideas.
Yeah.
You know, we have the farmer's market every Saturday, and I know that the guy who runs it is very supportive of everything that we do in town.
Okay.
And that already has like a pre-made farmer's market to put as part of your fair. And then all we do is get sponsors and have them put out there and get their information, and they put out tents. We can even he'll give us tents.
That's the easy part, the sponsorship and all, and getting people like the provider, that's the
But,
easy
but
part.
the
It's going through
the farmer's market
the-
presents a venue for, that people want to go to already. They're
Love
going
it.
to already.
Yeah, they
I
already,
love it.
And then,
Right?
and then if we say this farmer's market is sponsoring mental health task force, mental
would love
health
it.
fair,
I would
then
love
we
it.
kind of like
Yeah.
have some
Other tables.
draw already, and now we have a bigger draw.
Mhm.
And then the town will now promote it more. So
Yeah.
we just have to pick a day in May.
And then you could bring back, like providers over there or the resource tables and. you know,
I
like
can
you
talk to
were
that
saying.
guy, the farmer's market guy, and I can get tents. And we can get tents from the town, we can get tables from the town, we can
Yeah.
bring them all over.
That's the biggest mission right there is like the location. That's where I ran a lot of conflict.
Because they break
With
off,
the-
they
with
close
the-
off that street.
Correct.
They close off
Yes,
that
it's
street.
already there for
Yeah.
us. We're just
Our-
kind of
Our
partnering up.
church, our
Exactly.
church
And it
used
had
that
the
farmer's market.
food, and it had
They
the
did?
coffee.
So what we did is I contacted the guy and I said, hey, how does it work?
Yeah.
And he gave us a tent with the entire thing, the table, the tent. And then we just stand there with all the information about our church. And people that was passing by will give them water, and then they will get to the
Yeah.
table and get books or whatever they wanted.
And then,
And it's a massive amount of people just walking around, and they're all interested because they want to know what each table is for. So they will
they're
stop.
already there because it's all, yeah.
Yes.
That's
So it's
amazing.
a-
And if we could like kind of promote it to him, then we'll add more little things that's specific for them. Like we can bring in like a jumping thing for the kids or something like stuff like fun
Yeah,
things. for
jumping
the-
house, yeah.
Something like that, like a jumping house, and we can get more sponsorships to make it fun. We can do fair stuff like that and then get resources in.
Yeah, so now we already, there you go.
By then, we should have Hector's questionnaire that we can give away and say, hey,
By then, hopefully,
The
he's already a
resources.
member and they.
Yeah.
then we have the resources that we're able to give
Yeah.
out. And then we can even promote our event from September, even there.
That would be fabulous.
And then we have tents, and then we can have sponsors, you know, we can have different level sponsors like we do for the races, you know.
Yeah,
Silver, gold, whatever, and they rent a tent, and they have their people there. And they don't have to be 501c3 because when it's sponsorship money in the town's taken, they don't care whose money it is.
perfect.
There's some.
You've been recorded.
Organized crime, doing
You know, it looks like, no.
that is.
Okay, so idea
So,
for me,
One more
Yeah.
month.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a big town event, the 4th of July event,
Mhm.
the celebration in,
that is so hot. That event is so hot.
That event is super proud.
Yes.
What awareness month is July? Is there anything in mental health on July?
Not that I saw.
No?
The month of hydration. Stay
Yeah.
hydrated month.
It is.
Well,
It's minority mental health month.
oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
I don't think I wanna do, what's it called, identity.
It is a time to bring awareness to the unique challenges that racial and ethnic minorities in the US face when it comes to mental illness.
I'm not sure if I wanna do identity politics kind of stuff, you know, or identity, mental health. Mental health is process all genders, all races, all whatever.
encompasses it.
Yeah, and everyone has same challenges, similar challenges, different challenges. It's all the same. But anyway, I'd like to make a motion that for May, we contact and partner with the farmers market folks and to set up a May mental health fair.
And second, all in favor?
And we got some things to work on.
I'm so excited, guys. I can't wait to fix her table cover.
Yes, I have a comment on that now.
Yes,
Yes,
Tell
so
me.
if you have the money, you can purchase a new tablecloth.
I will purchase the new tablecloth. I will
We're
order
just
it
getting
eventually.
stuff done.
I just want to get
I wonder who's not here that would be so.
productive, right?
Oh, the difference in
The
meetings.
difference in me.
That's so terrible.
Alright, it's gonna be exactly the
I will feel
same and
bad.
all that, I'm just gonna literally just make sure that the contrast of, when I see the proof, I make note that that.
Be careful with
Yes, so,
background and.
I guess just, well, we'll have a local vendor,
Yeah,
so you don't really need to do that.
perfect, okay.
It's just the
Just the
vendor
money, okay, perfect, you just let me know.
Whenever the money gets sponsorship or whatever.
Perfect.
we go ahead and-
Oh, okay.
Okay, good,
And
perfect.
I already teach me how to one elementary school.
I mean, wonderful, guys, we're getting so much done. The table cover fixed.
K through 12.
We have 2 events for next year, it's gonna be ours, I'm super excited about it.
So I have 2 sponsors, but they're not related to anything like this, but
Okay.
there's companies that always
Of course.
want, like, what do we do, or where can we?
So that's
donate?
the next one for sponsorship
Mhm.
opportunities, I guess that kind of now relates and ties in with.
Now that we have events, now we can look for sponsors.
Exactly, so that's why sponsorship opportunities,
Mhm.
and it doesn't have to be like a mental health.
Right.
It can be any company that promotes,
Because we could have companies where.
Toyota sponsorship.
You know, you never know, some of these CEOs and presidents, they
Yeah, we run
they have
into-
children that have or family, so they're very concerned about it. But I think we should focus on May.
That is the sponsorship ordinance, so she's gonna get back right to, oh, you have it there.
Yeah, I have it here.
Okay.
What is this?
So this is the sponsorship ordinance. This is the resolution for the committee, so there's 5 copies, if I think you have them out.
And this is the resolution for what?
Like creative,
Created the.
Oh, this is.
basically what we're supposed to do.
Wait, also-
They just didn't know what they were doing.
Oh, is there one that's left?
That way we have our.
Oh,
Or not, maybe
People
not
left
left,
and right
but
lateral.
maybe the last page, which is like the.
that's fine, I got it. Come on. Here, here's that TV.
So
Here you go.
for May, step 1 is for me to contact the farmer's market guy,
I'm pick up.
or do you do that?
Mm.
Or do you want me to get you his contact information and let?
Yes,
him-
I would.
And kind of grease,
Which-
grease the skids, you know?
You would also need to go to council before then,
Say we want to do this.
yes, and everything else.
Well, we're gonna be going in January or something like that, they said.
We don't know the date. What if we go in June?
You know, we
Try.
can, we can do,
No,
we
no,
can
it
do,
has to be,
It's one at the beginning of the year,
you
right?
know what, we can get on the agenda.
Yeah.
You just have to call one of the council people and ask them to put on the agenda. So I can call, you know, Councilor Garcia, Palazzo will probably go over.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Gary, can you contact, I'll probably run into him in the gym. Contact,
Because we need to
Palazzo
present
about-
all this
we want to be put,
first in council
you think
meeting.
January or February?
January.
Like January,
Earliest,
earliest, you know, council
Earliest
meeting
possible,
to
because
talk
we want to
about
do these 2
mental
events.
health
in May.
events.
Exactly.
early 2024.
Yeah, mental health events.
The sooner the better.
Yeah, so if you can get with, Lewis,
I'll say it.
awesome.
I'll call. I'll call.
Yes.
I got you.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna do the farmer's market on a Saturday morning.
It had to be a
That's the event.
Saturday, yeah.
So I think the
Okay,
only,
what day?
the only one that we should not do is the Memorial Weekend, right?
Correct.
So 18th, 11th, or 4th.
Okay,
Hold on.
We could use May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, but it's also Cinco de Mayo.
That's how I did it.
Oh, but it's Cinco de Mayo.
No.
That's what I'm saying, May the 4th.
No weekends, the Star Wars dudes.
I can do that.
Because
I'm not kidding.
Veterans Parade.
We have for veterans, that's his son. That's his son who runs that. If we can get 1 or 2 of them, they can set up a tent to recruit more members. Do you think they do that? Do they do recruiting? Or do they just abduct people and put them in the Star
They
Troopers?
try to enable them.
Like the regular Star Wars folks do.
Yeah, I can be with you. And Saturday.
Yeah, Gary, that'll be so awesome. Ask him to be
But I need to have dates in advance. So-
May 4th.
Oh, May.
Well,
the fourth.
look, let's not get,
Of course.
They may be busy.
Yeah, they may be busy.
No,
It's the
but
busiest day of the year for them. We want you now.
I
I'm
have
not
a-
getting Santa
Maybe
Claus
if we get ahead of time.
there might be a Star Wars
But let's
convention.
get on the agenda, let's get on the agenda, let's get on the agenda, and let me make sure the farmers markets will be running May 4th.
That's
And,
my old.
I wanted to add something on there that I forgot about for the event, and I'm just gonna throw it out there, because I know that. I don't know, we can do it through the town and like, because we had spoken about something doing like about with schools and stuff like that. Could we do something like that through the task force?
like, go to schools and,
Yeah, like remember when, like, yours is with the veterans.
yeah,
Mine
story
was-
hours, mine's, yeah, it's civics taught by veterans, basically.
Yeah, but like, you know, how we wanted to come and kind of like go into some of the schools and just kind of offer these resources. Is that allowed through the task force or the committees or no?
I mean, it's, I
We'll find out.
I would say,
Give them flyers.
Sanctioned by.
There's also process to
Yeah,
that, but
exactly, because like that'd be kind of cool, we could do like maybe like, you know, cause I love what you're doing, honestly, like I was super completely supportive, I tell everybody about it. Cause I do it, but I'm with the dogs and the animal therapy dogs, and like, if we could combine like our forces and kind of do it through the town and do something cute for our schools here, that'd be so cool.
it sounds great, but I don't know.
I don't know what the red tape would be in that, on that.
We want to do this together, to be early as
And it was
possible,
something that I had.
so that we
was
may
gonna
present
talk
our
about
Yes.
it.
calendar of events.
Yes, if we can get on January,
Contacting local schools.
get on
and going-
January.
Cause I have like, I could get the like,
The
therapy
text your son,
dogs,
see if
it'd be
you
super
get-
cute to go to the school.
Yes, like for May
Bring the
4th,
therapy dog there and kind of showcase.
and we're
mental
thinking
health.
about.
Look at the date.
That's a Saturday.
going to local.
Oh, that is a
schools,
Saturday.
Yeah, and approaching them through the task
May
force,
4th is a
because they have to be
Saturday.
more legit and just rather than like a vendor
And,
coming in, you know?
we can get them a tent, we get them a table, if they want to like set up a little Star Wars table. And maybe do a little fundraiser and have, you know, and sell water.
Usually they don't do.
You know,
And we could
fundraisers.
maybe have like a,
No,
like a
well,
little letter
when
and
they
say
do
like, on
private
behalf of the
events,
mental health task force,
party or
we're taking this
wedding,
initiative with our local schools and promoting mental health.
It
through-
could be that they send it
Yeah, they get
home,
donations.
the paper to their parents too.
Yeah, because, well, then the schools would have to take that legal
Well,
consent and make sure that the
whatever they
parents
want to
informed that they're okay being on
That'll
animals.
be even
and all
more.
that stuff. But some schools are up to doing it. I go to a lot of Miami-Dade County schools and they do it, they want that.
That's
service.
right.
So I'm like, why not do it through
Oh,
our
man, we
local
can do
school?
the
That'd be
whole,
super
we
cute.
can make it,
Nobody's
we
done
can make
that,
that like.
you know?
We can make a whole
And I have the dogs.
themed Star Wars, well, we'll have,
First, that
we'll have, we may have.
Dogs?
We may have.
They will bring in the dogs for the patients, it was for the nurse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The nurses freaking love it.
But the patients
Maybe
are so
worry about
silly.
talking about
That's
issues.
cute,
But
but
for the ones that are
the
like
staff-
cancer treatment, because while they're getting they sit with them, they like request them, so I think it's super cute, I don't know if anybody.
Well, I think we know we should look into it.
She's gonna ask.
Yeah,
It
so
would
there
be
you
to
go.
inform them and maybe like to bring like the dogs.
Yeah,
If we bring the dogs, that'll be cool.
that's what I'm saying, I could bring the dog, like, how cool is that? The kids would love that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so sponsorship opportunity, so I'm sorry, because I'll kind of recap.
Dogs to that May farmer's market thing.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah. I could bring a dog to every event.
Wow. How about our,
I'll bring you one day, yeah,
Oh, that would be cool.
yeah.
that will be.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get one from Iraqi full time. My sister just got a golden retriever, so he's going through the process now.
Oh, so.
But it'll be a while. It's probably like not till next year.
But they have to be specially trained and all those things.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Uh,
Ale, which is the one that I partner with, so my agency is actually approved through the National Alliance of Therapy Dogs. They're not service animals, they're not
Right.
emotional support animals, they are actual therapy dogs. Her dogs are the only dogs that are allowed in the oncology departments of all the hospitals. So I go in with them.
And I can.
They're trained.
Guaranteed confidentiality. Yeah, we don't-
Anyway, they even have their little tags from all the hospitals, from Nicholas and Mount Sinai, when they come
They
in.
have their ID.
Their
Yeah, I've
ID,
seen it.
their work ID.
They used to dress the dog in our hospital as a nurse.
Alright.
And so dog
We got lots of stuff
We
to
have
do.
so many.
I gotta go to that Chamber of Commerce thing at 11:30.
Come here.
Well, I gotta change, you know.
Well,
So what is it about sponsors? We talk to people and bring
well,
potential
Yes.
donations and sponsors.
yeah, so
for
now that we
next
have the two events, let's start figuring out who can sponsor those wonderful events. Gary has a lot of people that want to give us money.
Well, first, we gotta lock on the site, right?
Yeah.
So we gotta lock
And the
on
date.
the dates for the Veterans Park
And for September, do we have any idea on what's going on that month? Am I oversee, do any events that might be going on?
September 11th.
Oh, no,
The
we
only thing
can,
we have is Patriot
Patriot
Day
Day.
is, and that's,
Yeah, with the
whatever,
walkathon,
that
no,
Sunday,
yeah,
yeah.
it must be a Saturday.
I'm so sorry, I have to get to work, so is it okay if I?
Yeah,
leave this?
absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
you-
Give me
you-
your,
Good
give me
idea.
your card, I'll give you
Yeah.
your card, I wanna put this.
So let me lock down the dates and sites and stuff.
I also filled out an application with Victoria, I sent it to her, so I don't know if there's any other application I would need to fill out. Thank you.
it might just be that one for the committee.
Okay, all right,
So you would just have to put in like the date that you were here.
okay,
And
yeah,
then
I'll
you
tell her,
did
I'll,
tell
you
her.
know, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you can always reach out to her if not to me,
Okay,
but
okay, thank you guys so much, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
no,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
All right, so I moved to adjourn.
So more, May the fourth in
I work
September,
early.
what
yes,
day?
it's still September, the mayor's gala.
At that night.
Yes,
But we don't wanna do double,
Yeah.
double tagging.
Yeah, we're not gonna,
When, do you know when? No.
I don't.
So we
know,
can't do
usually the
September
end of
11th?
September?
It's usually the end, right? Tends to be.
yeah, September 11th.
Yeah, but the 7th, 14th, 21st. 28th.
I say we focus either on, well, where will you think is gonna be the veterans for 11th event, the 14th or the 7th?
Yeah, September 11th on a Wednesday. And we would do the ceremony.
The
on
8th,
So we could do
so the
focus on the 14th,
let's try.
tentatively, obviously, right? And then for May, we said tentatively the 4th, 11th, or the 18th, depending on what the farmer's market says. Okay, perfect. And then we have to figure out for Veterans Park, which day is available in September and put in that request like yesterday.
September 14th is our
Yeah,
meeting,
right.
our post meeting.
For the walkathon. The Veterans
On a
Park
Saturday.
and on Saturday. And
Same,
then,
and then Saturday, same for the farmer's market, that.
yeah. Oh my God,
Exciting.
are we really making a?
And then maybe if we get enough sponsors and money, we should do things to.
Giveaway.
Oh
Right.
my God, yeah, and
Because-
shirts that we can have.
Because the thing
for
is, when we
past
did
ones.
that with.
Oh, yes, so that's
The
another
shirt,
thing.
yeah.
The shirts are
Shirts.
not approved, but I just need, I would need sizes and when the money is available.
To do the
Could I
shirts.
do the same sponsorship of a way like we're gonna do a tablecloth?
It's pretty pricey.
For
The
the
shirt?
shirts?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I will double check the price,
But
but
I just split it between all of us, we'll be fine.
But we're gonna get sponsors. Well, I did the shirt with a company that is right here and it was $10 a shirt or 15?
it was like a polo?
No.
No, ours is polo.
These are the counter polos.
if we need to make any motions, we need to do them before Gary and I leave,
Yeah.
because we're not gonna have.
Okay.
Be like that.
Yeah.
Tell
And
my
then-
wife.
But
Sort
you know,
of.
like about the shirts, we're allowed, because the shirts, we just need to get out the money so that we can have our shirts for those days. So that's what you're.
So how much is
communicating.
the shirt?
Just need to know how much maybe.
Like 30 bucks a shirt, polo.
How much
Find it now.
money we'll need.
So last year they had an event also, like at the end of
September?
So we
Yeah.
decided,
bike rodeo and safety day. That
Yeah,
was
nobody
youth
got that.
activities.
Nobody
So
wants
approximately
that.
how much money
Or about
will be
that.
picture,
oh,
that way I know,
More or less,
Which,
well, yeah,
and for when.
perfect. By January, so we can get it by January, we can get our
That's
shirts
right.
done and we can wear them on our meeting.
They were $26.
The shirts
Yeah, each.
with the embroidery?
No.
$26, just the shirt,
Mhm.
includes the logo embroidery. $6 to personalize it with the name of the committee,
Mhm.
and then
Oh, also, you got the
shipping
video.
was
Mhm.
well, shipping is in total, but it's 1966.
Perfect.
That's
So
how
not
it
20
was
shipping.
okay.
last December.
So might we go up a little bucks here,
Okay,
there,
so
so just to
So-
get an idea.
So here, there were 7 shirts, 7 obviously personalization, and then just one price for shipping, so it ended up being 243 with 66 cents.
That's for 7 shirts.
For 7 shirts?
All right, so we have an idea.
Also, then the other thing is, I don't know if you also wanna wait until you guys have all the members?
Well, why don't we
Other
make it
sizes,
like 12 shirts?
Yeah,
well,
No, I mean, the
Yeah.
cost of 12 shirts.
1, 2,
The
3,
cost of
4,
12 shirts.
5. Let's make 7 shirts just in case we get to it. Oh, but we don't.
no, but
have
the
five.
personalized, on the
No, give me
personal.
the cost of 12 shirts.
trust me,
But
We
it,
don't know the sizes,
Forget the size.
just the
of
cost of
sure.
it, so have it
Yeah, if
there,
I could
just,
go,
and then we can always order as we
find the-
go.
Oh,
We
get the money,
Have
find
the money, have the
Yeah.
funds there,
okay.
you get it always there, and then
because
that
it
makes
takes
sense.
a while
Yeah.
to get the money anyway.
So the cost per shirt, how much is it per shirt?
So 26 plus 6 plus,
31 plus.
19 with total for shipping.
yeah, 20 additional for shipping. For
So
7
it's,
shirts, it was 245, so let's say that it was,
$20 a shirt.
more or less, so 40 by 40, 40
Like
by
500.
12,
Yeah,
exactly.
$500, there you go, that way I buffer.
We have a buffer, exactly.
Okay,
All right, so no announcements, and meeting is adjourned at 10:57 AM, and I'll see you guys
And about, yeah,
in 5
20
minutes.
minutes, yeah.
Because it has been the most accomplishing meeting.